Okay. Thank you all for coming. My name is Noel A. Booker. My company is called Business Credit Builder .us LLC. And today we're going to talk about how to get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social. Um, Exit full screen. Yeah, that's what I want right there. Oops. All right. Apologize for the adjustments. Yo, all right. Here we go. Y'all don't mind me. All right. I know about business credit though. All right. So at Business Credit Builder, we help businesses build their business credit and access funding in the forms of credit lines, business loans, equipment loans, whatever your business needs. Okay. And building your business credit. Your business credit is built separate from your social. It's built on your EIN. So you could build business credit and you have bad personal credit if you want. You know, you could do this from scratch. All right. So we're gonna go through all of that right now. I'm getting ready to share my screen and we're gonna get down to business. All right. Let me do this. Slideshow. Okay. Let me see. This is one. Screen one, I'm thinking it is. All right. We in there like swimwear. So y'all should see the header page, right? How to get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social security number and easily get business loans and credit lines. Okay, I'm gonna be going fast. So take notes. At a certain intervals, we'll get some questions in. You could do the questions in the chat. Well, don't even do it in the chat. Just come on the mic if you could do that. Don't make. I don't have to go chase down the chat. But the chat is cool. If something comes in there, we're gonna investigate what goes on because I like the interaction, right? But not so much that's gonna slow me up. Even if you don't get your questions answered, we could do questions at the end or there's ports in there. You could get your questions in. I don't mind. We're gonna get it done. All right. All right. So this is not like a sales class where they just tell you just enough so you can buy the product. I sell the product, but um, I'm gonna show you all the steps, and you can ask me all the questions you want. It's how we get down. All right, bust it. All right, welcome to the room. All the people that came in the room. My name is Noel A. Booker Senior. I'm CEO at Business Credit Builder .us LLC. Now on this page, you see my contact info. Get that right. There's two buttons at the bottom. The two buttons at the bottom, they're going to be going throughout the webinar, throughout the webinar and at the end. Okay. The first button is how you get a free guide, how to build business credit. Right. You go to my business, you go to my website. And I'm gonna be telling you to go to my website. Then I'm gonna say slash something, right? So this one is businesscreditbuilder.us slash free guide, right? So whenever I say slash, y'all know what that means. It means businesscreditbuilder.us slash and then this word, right? Free guide. And then if you want to talk to me about the services we provide and how we can make it happen for you, what you do is go to slash consult. Boom. Oh, that's dope. All right, let's rock it. Okay. Boom. Just so you know, give you a quick little background of who I am. I was born and raised in New York. I went to Morehouse College. I studied accounting. When I graduated, my first job was with the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, right? So I stayed there, in the corporate accounting. Then I got laid off, and then I got this other corporate job. Boom, 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 bam, I got laid off, right? But I've always been entrepreneurial, okay? And I started a company called MediaNet USA. MediaNet USA provides bookkeeping and accounting services for small businesses. We also do websites for small businesses. And now I talk about business credit, okay? And how I got to talk about business credit, let me tell you this little story, right? So I got a client, Jay. Jay got a freight company, right? Jay got a freight company. I'm working accounting for Jay, right? And he got me doing websites for his companies and his other companies, right? Okay. So I noticed every time I did a website, $250,000 hit the bank. I know because I'm doing the books, right? Okay. So then one day I said, "Yo, Jay, I need to make some money, man. Can you find something for me to do?" Right? Boom. He said, "This is what you do. Find a company. We're gonna do a deal with this company, and you can make some money on the deal." I said, "All right, bust it." I got my boy over here named Philly Phil. He got a company he's just sitting on. It's all in stands, good standards and everything. He ain't even doing nothing with it. He said, "All right, bust it. Let's try it out." Right? I told him what I was seeing. He said, "All right, let's try it out." So boom, boom, bam. I did the website for him, just like homeboy had me do the websites, right? And then 6 months later, we walked into Chrysler and got a $250,000 credit line with this company. We walked out of there with 4 brand new vans that we run on Amazon Prime right now. Straight off the business. No personal guarantee. Boom, boom, bam. So I know this thing works with business credit, right? But Jay, he was advanced. He didn't tell me everything. So I went and did some studying up. And now I know about business credit and how he was doing those type of deals, right? Okay, so what we will cover today. That's how I know this stuff, right? And I've been doing this for a while now. So okay. But anyway, how you get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN number, not your social security number, even if you're a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. Okay. How you can access loans, even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. Most people try to get money from their bank when they need money. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business credit strengths. Okay. Now, what I want to say about this page here is that you see where it says many apply for credit in the wrong order. That's real important because building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. Okay? Boom. That's what you need to know about this. All right? All right. Okay. This seminar is for you if you are looking for money to start or grow a business, or you want to build credit that is not linked to your social. Okay. What is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. This credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner. The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam Club, Costco, and more. Why business credit is awesome. All right. Business credit has no effect on your personal credit. No personal guarantee is required to build business credit. So you can do it from scratch. If you're in the worst situation out there, you can build business credit. All right. Business credit building is fast. It's fast because it's simpler than personal credit. There's 5 factors that affect personal credit. With business credit, there's only one factor that affects your business credit score, and that's how you pay it. And you got total control over that. That's why it's faster. Anyone can see your business credit reports. With business credit, you have greater borrowing ability and no collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed in order to build business credit. And with business credit, you can access loans and credit lines. Okay, every successful business in America has business credit. This is how business is done. Okay, what you see here is what anybody can see for free. You would go to Experience website, and there's a place on there where you can put your business name and address in, and something like this might come up. See, this one is for Facebook, right? They're in Menlo Park, California. But what I want to bring to your attention is trade lines. Okay? Trade lines, and I want you to know what that is. Because trade lines is the basis for building business credit. Okay? Just the basis for building business credit. These are the blocks to build business credit. All right? So let me just go over what a trade line is real quick so that we all on the same page, right? So what you thinking is the same that I'm thinking. All right? A trade line is when you go to a company and they give you an account on credit. Then you buy something on credit. You got the item, you didn't pay it, and then you pay it. What happens when you pay it is that this company sends a report to the business credit reporting agencies. The report says, XYZ company, they got an account with us. They got X amount of limit with us. They made a purchase. They paid it in X amount of days. And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies. The business credit reporting agencies, they put this information on your credit report. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. One trade line. Now you could go back to that same business and make more transactions and buy more stuff, but that's still one trade line. Okay. When you make more purchases, that they call that experiences. Okay. Welcome to the people coming into the room. Okay, so does anybody have any questions on what a trade line is? Because this is like, I want to make sure that we're on the same page with that.
I have a question. I'm
Yes.
Melissa.
All right, Melissa. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so does it matter if, like, is there a minimum amount for the purchase that it has to be?
For them to be able to report,
Yeah.
a minimum of $50 is the basic rule.
And one trade line, I'm assuming that like one would be, say, a Home Depot, the other one would be a Lowe's. Those would be 2 trade lines, but it's not 2 purchases with just Home Depot. That would be 2 trade lines.
That would be 2 trade lines. If you have an account with Home Depot and you have an account with Lowe's, those are 2 separate trade lines. And those vendors in particular would be revolving accounts, which you don't start with. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the steps. So a lot of people, they like to skip steps and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get me an account at Home Depot for my business. Boom. It's a step-by-step process, and those accounts are a couple steps in front of that.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. And I'm going to tell you the steps. All right. Just hold your horses. Hold your horses, young lady.
Excited.
All right. Let's get down. All right. So, any questions about what a trade line is? Because that's the basis, right? That's the basis of what we're talking about. Just what she's talking about, getting these accounts, right? So, boom, check this out. Microsoft, they're in Redmond, Washington. They got 131 trade lines. Boom, Walmart, 80% of all the money that Walmart takes in comes from business credit. And this is how they do it. They say, yo, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. Now, the owner of Walmart, he don't go in his pocket. He don't call up the accounting department and say, yo, cut this check. The toilet paper shows up. They put it on the shelf. We go in there and buy it. They take our money and go pay the bill. And Bounty says, hey, yo, you did that good. Here's 5 truckloads. Keep flipping that toilet paper. But this is how business credit is done. This is how business is done, business to business. At the big corporate level and at the very small business level. The corner store. When the bread come in, they're counting how many units came in, how many units went out. Unless they're on cash basis. You know what that means, right? They know, boom, okay, boom. But they started out counting how many comes in, they leave a ticket, see you later, pay the bill. That's how business is done. Small business to the big business, okay? How we can help. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay? How do you build business credit? All right? Get ready to take notes. Let's get it down. All right? All right. Remember I said step by step, no skipping steps. Fundability is the first step. I used to call it credibility, but it's actually fundability. How much money is your business of fundable? How fundable is your business? As a business owner, you may be beginning to hear the word fundability a lot. It may come from lenders, various media platforms, or your own current creditors. What is fundability? The ability of your business to get funding. When lenders consider funding your business, does it appear to them to be a good idea to make the loan? What do they look at to make that determination? How does the business become fundable? When a lender considers lending to your business, do they feel that you are a good risk, a high risk? Do you appear to be a business that can and will pay the debt back? They're in it for the money, right? So you have to appear to be a business that's going to pay the bill back. You don't have to be a business that can pay the bill back. You have to appear to be a business that can pay the bill back. Word is bond. How does a business get fundability? How does a business become fundable? To start, You have to make sure your business is set up properly. Okay. A great business score is important. In addition, there are many other aspects that are necessary for fundability as well. A potential creditor needs to see that your business is legitimate and profitable. Many loan applications are denied approval due to fraud concerns. Others simply because something didn't match up and threw up a red flag. Maybe the address or the phone numbers didn't match up on a couple of reports, and it just looks unprofessional. If you understand what fundability is and how to get it, you can shut down any such red flags before they cause you problems. Okay? It's the red flags that get you. Okay? Okay. The foundation of fundability is how your business is set up. Okay? It has to be set up to appear to be a fundable entity separate from you, the owner. Okay? These are the things you need. Let's run them down. Business name. You get that from the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in. You need a business address. There are three options. There's only three options for selecting your business address. There's no more options than the three I'm gonna run down. Ready? Here we go. Brick and mortar. You need a place that you can accept packages. All right? Not everybody can do that. Okay, boom, boom, bam. The two is a virtual office address. Okay? Virtual office address. In every city all over the world, there are virtual office companies that can supply you a virtual address for your business for as low as $50 a month. Okay, that's the second option. Okay, $50 a month. Okay, I think I got a slide that comes up that's going to tell you what my go-to is. Right. Okay. Okay. So, and the third option for your address is, and this is the last resort. There's no more after this one. Your home address. There's no more options. Brick and mortar, virtual, home. Why is the home address the last resort? Because creditors and lenders do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. But nowadays they think that sometimes, there are some home-based businesses that are credible businesses. So they take this as a case-by-case basis, right? For instance, if you're a home stylist, a hair stylist, right? Well, maybe you might be able to pay that bill. That's common. Yeah. She's doing her business out the crib, right? That's common. Now, suppose you're a trucking company and you can't. So, where you gonna put all those trucks? They're gonna be like, "Can you put all the trucks at the house? Does that look right?" I mean, like they're trying to see if this makes sense. Okay. And one thing to note is that on your Dun and Bradstreet credit report, there's a Google Maps picture of your business address. So they know where you're at. They're looking right at you. They just trying to see if this makes sense. Is this somebody trying to gank me? Basically, that's what it is. It's to check the red flag checkup list. All right. So boom, three, that's the address. All right. There's three options for the address. For your address, you cannot use a P.O. box and you cannot use a UPS address. Why? In case you ask, on the application, there's a place for the address. In that field, and all that, and when you apply for this, different applications and different credits, there's just an application. And on the application, are different fields. And each field, they're actually doing something. Okay? They're actually doing something. So in the address part, what they're doing is looking up all the PO boxes and all the UPS addresses. And if you come up on that list, they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. Okay. So boom, you got the for the address, that's important, right? I know people's like, oh snap, I need to but this is how they think, right? This is how they think. You need to know how they think before you go and ask them stuff because you want to know what they're thinking first. And this is how you make it look like your business is fundable. Okay. Um, you need a business phone. Business phone. Um, you need a local number that's listed with the National 411 directory. This is one of those required things too. All right. I mean, everything I'm telling you, this is what this is the deal, right? But I don't want you to think this is one of them steps that you skip over because this is one of the main things. Your business telephone number. Okay. It needs to be a local number listed with the National 411 directory. Okay. I think I got a slide. I'm gonna tell you where I go. So I'm gonna give you the hookup on that, right? But I'm just the list of what you need. I'm just letting you know what you need, all right? Boom. So you need an EIN number, you need a DUNS number, you need a website, and you need a business email and not a Gmail. You need your website with email at your business.com, right? You know what I mean, right? You can't do business with lenders and stuff through your Gmail. All right. They'd be like, oh, snap. They don't know who they talking to. That's how they think. I'm just trying to tell you. All right. All right. All right. Moving. Contact information. The first step is setting up the foundation of the fundability is to ensure your business has its own business phone number, fax number, toll free number, business address, right? So, what's definitely necessary is that business phone number, the local joint listed. Now, this is all perception. They're gonna check that main business telephone number you give them. They're gonna check that. All right. Then if you got that and that's all comes out nice and clean because they attached that with the address, you got your fax number, you got your toll free number. Now you're looking like, yo, oh snap, they might be able to pay that bill, yo. All right. But that's how it go. All right. That's how they think. Then you got your business address. Okay. Okay. For the telephone, Freedom Voice. That's my go-to. All right. Any of these companies, you could get a local number and they can list it for you. All right. But I use Freedom Voice because they'll give me a local number for $9.99 a month and they'll list it for $3 a month. Okay. $13. They'll throw in the fax number and the 800 number for under $20 and boom, per month. Okay. There's no shortcuts to this. I know y'all thinking, maybe I just use my Google Voice joint. I'm gonna tell you that's how I started the joint, right? On the Google joint, but Google, didn't you know I give you a telephone number with the Google Voice? Sometimes it lists, sometimes it don't. So I'm not gonna tell you to go run over there and do it, and then you don't know how to check up on it and all this stuff and make sure it's right. Because this is one of the things they're gonna check this telephone number. So just go to Freedom Voice. Already checked up. Ring Central and Viners. They're gonna start you at $25 a month. I know I already did the research. You can get a link to the Freedom Voice at businesscreditbuilder.us slash, oh, I was supposed to just say slash vendors. Word. Vendors, right? If you go to vendors, you can get that. Also, if you go to vendors, this is my go-to for virtual address. Say you at the crib, you want to do your business, but you don't want everybody to know where you crib at. You don't want your picture on your Dun and Bradstreet report. You want that separate. I'm over here chilling and shit with my boyfriend, and the kids. I'm sorry. I'll be doing that. Anyway, this is the go-to. Da Vinci. They'll give you a virtual address. I went there. I did give you a virtual address for as low as $50 a month. All right. If you go to that website slash vendors, then it gives you explicit instructions on how to purchase this product. Okay. There's a telephone number to call. There's a person to ask for, and there's verbiage to tell her. You got to do this right because the address is way important. Setting up this address. If you get an address, this is the deal with the addresses, right? It got to be right. You have to have a unique address for your business. It can't be an address that, yeah, I got my joint at the budget at the budget virtual office spot down the block where they got 500 customers and we all got the same address. Boom. That's not the move. All right. So Da Vinci is the move, though. All right. I'm telling you the stuff that's going to glide you right in and get you properly set up. All right. All right. Boom. You can trust me. All right. EIN number. You definitely need an EIN number. I'm not even going to talk much about the EIN number because most of y'all know about the EIN number. If you have a question about the EIN number, then please ask me. But this is what you need to know about the EIN number. Y'all ready? You need an EIN number to build business credit. That's one. The second thing you need to know about the EIN number is, wait for it, it's free. So that's the thing. Two things you need to know about the EIN number. You go to irs.gov, you get in 15 minutes. Let's move forward. Boom. Incorporate your business name. Incorporating your business as an LLC, S Corp, or corporation is necessary in fundability. It lends credence to your business as one that is legitimate. It also offers some protection from liability. When you set up your name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. What you need to know is, in order to separate your personal liability from your business liability, you must select LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, or a corporation. If you select a proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for anything that happens with this business. Okay, that's what you need to know. Bank account. You need a separate, dedicated business bank account to keep track of your finances so you can keep them separate from your personal finances for tax purposes. Okay? Most vendors and lenders require a business to have a business bank account in order to even get approved. See, a lot of the applications got a spot. What's your bank? What's your account number? They just want to check to see, does your business that you say is credible, do you have a bank account? All right. That's a red flag for them. Oh, you a business and you left that blank? That's how they thinking. All right. Boom. Licenses. What is fundability? It is being a legitimate business. For a business to be legitimate, it has to have all the necessary licenses it needs to operate. Y'all already know that stuff. The most common mistake is having the appropriate license, but listed with an old address. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Boom, all day. Red flag, red flag, red flag. And see, they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. Do the research you need to ensure that you have the licenses necessary to legitimately run your business at the federal, state, and local levels. So remember this address thing? This address thing is going to be creeping on you, all right? And this address thing got to be right. So every place where your business name is, which is the name that when the Secretary of State gave you your certificate that says you're incorporated, it has a name on it, the business name. That is exactly how you're going to put your name on every document that your business is on. Exactly to the letter, spaces, dashes. I recommend don't even use dashes and stuff like that. Those special characters, all long and everything, can't fit in a box. I go for them like simple corporate names. Uganda.com, nigga. You Uganda LLC. For real. I'm just saying something simple. Let me give you a real example. I was just joking, right? But for real, so I got this client, right? And we're setting up her business. And she said she don't have a name. So I said, bet. So what y'all do? She said, we deal with Black Clarity. I said, okay, bet. Y'all gonna be Blarity LLC. She was like, oh snap, nigga, what? All right. So sometimes you got to get creative, something like simple, all them dashes, them basic lesson right there. I went all off the road, but the thing is to have your name, don't have the dashes and stuff like that. The reason why is because different companies that you're going to be dealing with deal with these characters different, and then they're going to be trying to match up your name exactly. Okay. So you got the business credit reporting agencies and you got the vendors. So everybody's doing this differently. That's why them extra characters get you caught up. All right. I'm just saying. That's some extra stuff right there that I don't usually tell people. Boom, boom, bam. Website and email. This helps you get fundability. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. They're going to come and check. Spend time and money necessary to ensure your business is professionally designed and works well. Your business needs a dedicated business email address. I tell you about the email address already. Make sure the URL is the same as your website. Don't use the don't use the free service such as Yahoo or Gmail, and don't use Party Chick at Yahoo. All right, boom, boom, bam. Y'all know the routine, right? So that's how I got into the business is doing the websites, right? Because homeboy James Jay, my client, right? He'd have me do the website the weekend right before he'd know the bank is gonna go check. Okay. He'd be like, yo, I need that joint up by Monday, right? Knowing that they're gonna check on Tuesday, right? He putting in the application on Monday, right? All right, so bust it. This is the rundown. Small business web hosting package, all inclusive. My website packages are built for small businesses, all inclusive. You don't have to do nothing. I'm gonna do everything, right? It includes domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer support, internet consultation. Okay. To contact me, just do the console/console. I do that. It starts at 350, which is really um, excellent in value because when you go to these discount spots, when you get them discount prices, that's what you get. And then when you need something done, their customer service is like, yo, all right. But on the real, that's how the web hosting business is. Customer support. That's what you really need to be paying for. All right. And we get you straight. Don't have to do nothing. I got you. Boom, boom, bam. All right. What is fundability? Business credit reports. You need to understand the importance of your business credit reports and how to read them. Your business credit reports is the blueprint for tracking your trade lines. Most popular business reporting agencies are Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, and the FICO SBSS. That's what they look at when you get an SBA loan. But the main things that you need to focus in, Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax. You can go to slash reports, right? And you can see um, these three logos, Dun& Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. They will lead you to a page on their respective websites where you can put your business name in with your address and see if they have a report on your business already. And you can do that free for anybody, for any business, if you know the name and the address, or at least the state or the city and the state, something like that. All right. Anybody can do that for any business. All right. And you can do that for yours. If they have a record on you, it'll pop up your name and the address. Oh, snap, that's me. All right. Then they're gonna try to sell you something. And that's all they do. The business credit reporting agencies, all they do is collect information, package it, and sell it. And what you need to get from them is the business credit reports. But the business credit reports cost about $100 for each agency. But when you come to us, we set you up on this hookup with NAV that you get it for $25 a month for all three business credit agencies. So we help you save some money there. Okay. In addition to the business credit reporting agencies that directly calculate and issue credit reports, there are other business data agencies that affect those reports indirectly. LexisNexis and the Business Finance Exchange. These two agencies gather data from various sources, including public records. This means they could even have access to information related to automobile accidents, liens, and more. While you may not be able to access or change the data the agencies have on your business, you can ensure that any new information they receive is positive. Enough positive information can help counterreact any negative information from the past. Okay? So, in business, if there's some negative stuff out there on your business profile, just making more good stuff on your business profile makes it look like, oh, but they've been making some power moves. You see what I'm saying? So, you could offset that stuff. All right. Okay. Identification numbers. In addition to the EIN number, there are identifying numbers that go along with the business credit reports. When considering what is fundability, you need to be aware that these numbers exist. Some of them are simply assigned by the agency, like the Experian BIN. That's a number that is assigned. You have no control over that. They just assign that number to you. Dun & Bradstreet is the largest and the most common used business credit reporting agency. They offer what they call the DUNS number, which you need to have, but they don't just assign you the number. You got to go ask for the number. You have to apply for a DUNS number. Okay. So once you got all those other steps I told you about, the name down to the website, your licenses, your bank account, all that stuff, right? Then we gonna get your website too. Then you go down to the Dun & Bradstreet and ask them for this DUNS number, which is an identifying number that directly is related to your business and the address. The DUNS number, that's all it is, just an identifying number saying this is where your profile information is going. Okay. I see I got something in the chat thing. After getting small business credit card and vendor credit, how do I build off it? See, after I get credit card and vendor credit, how do I build off of it? Okay, that's a good question. I'm gonna tell you about that too. All right. So what's your name? Mr. Dupree? Yeah, stick around. I'm gonna tell you once you get business credit, now what, right? All right, I'm gonna show you what to do. Stand by, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, here we go. All right, so we're talking about the Dunn's number. Now, you get your Dunn's number from Dun and Bradstreet. All right. There's another number at Dun and Bradstreet you need to know about. It's called the Paydex score. The Paydex score is from 1 to 100. The Paydex score is what the creditors look at to determine your credit worthiness from 1 to 100. The Paydex score. If you had a Paydex score of 70, then that's just about lendable. But what you really want to do is get to a Paydex score of 80. Once you have a Paydex score of 80, you're in a good position right there. You looking nice. Okay? You looking nice. Okay? But there's other things that they're gonna be looking at, like how many trade lines you got, right? Okay, boom. So we talked about the EIN Dun and Bradstreet. Okay. Personal credit. I'm gonna skip over all this personal credit stuff, right? But what you need to know about personal credit is that I'm adding somebody to the room. Okay. What you need to know about personal credit, I'm not gonna go over all this stuff that you already know that you need to affect your personal credit. You can build business credit without personal credit. But if you have good personal credit, then you are more fundable. Okay. So that's the point basically about this credit, your personal credit. With business credit, you can build up your business credit, right? You can build up your business credit and get access to some funding, right? But if you build up business credit and you got good personal credit, you are more fundable. That's the point I wanted to make on personal credit. Okay. So basically, align your business information correctly. This is the most important deal with this whole thing. Align your information correctly. All right. Y'all know the deal. Any questions? Let's open up the floor before we go on to the next jammy. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
This is
ahead.
Patricia. You just mentioned if your personal credit is good, and then you have, how would they know your personal credit is good if they're not using your personal social security number?
Well, in those instances where you did not give them the social, then you're banking that they're just looking at your business credit. So your personal credit is not considered.
Okay.
Now, see, the whole thing is to make it so that your business credit profile looks like you can pay a bill. What that is all this information lines up and you have a good score on your report. Okay. You have a good score on your report and you got a number of trade lines.
Okay.
Okay. Not one or two trade lines. That just looks like they working on it. But if you got 10 or more trade lines on your credit report, you can go someplace and somebody's going to say, you know what? It looks like you could pay a bill. I'm going to go ahead and do this. But you might go to another vendor and they say, yo, it looks like you can pay a bill there. That looks nice there. But I need you to put a little personal guarantee on that.
So do
Okay.
you recommend for us to put our personal number on it as well as the EIN?
No, 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 no. For what I'm teaching you right now, we doing with this building business credit, we're not using the social at all.
Okay.
Okay. You use the social when you get ready to make those power moves and have to determine, do I need this account? Oh, they're requiring me to do a personal guarantee. Well, how important is this account? Am I getting this account just for a trade line? Sometimes it is valuable, to put up that if you got good credit. If they're doing a light pull, if you find out they're doing a light hit, then it might be worth. You have to figure that out for yourself. You see, so each time you go to a vendor, you shopping vendors. What's their terms? You see? Now with
Right.
us, when you come with us and we do it, we build your business credit in 4 tiers. We give you each tier, we give you about 15 vendors, boom, bam. And then we say, pick 3 of these. And these already got the underwriting guidelines, and we already know what they require. Okay, so when you go with us, we're just gonna streamline it for you. If you do it on your own, then you're just throwing darts at the vendors. But I'm giving you information that you can do it on your own. You just gotta know that there's gonna be some bumps along the way.
Okay.
Bumps that you can get over. As long as you know the steps and what they're looking for, it could just take you that much longer. You could do it on your own. You could do it. You could do it. And you know that you can. There's nothing to it. Right? You got me singing. Any more questions before we move forward? I got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go. Okay. Who was that? That was a good question, though.
This is Tasha.
All right, Tasha. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What did Kenneth say? While the gentleman is on point, he is the first person to clearly state that personal credit is a plus in running instead of a slow walk. Yes, sir. That personal credit can help you get places faster, no doubt. All right, but you can do it without personal credit. It's just gonna take you. You just gotta know you already up the going up a hill anyway. So now you know where the hill is going. All right. So this is the whole process into fundability. It is kind of complicated. There's a lot of functions that go into making you as fundable as you can be. You see, there's a whole bunch of stuff on the left hand side. Industry. What industry determines how much fundable you could get? Some industries they're not giving money to. On my blog, there's an article that has all the high risk industries on my blog. You got to find it though. All right. But on my blog or the website, industry, the business address, the telephone number, the time in business, business entity, website, business license, all that stuff affects your credibility. On the right hand side, we got the application process, the financial statements, business credit reports. Okay. I think I skipped over the financial statements. That's another thing. A fundable business has financial statements on deck. All right. If you know what that means that means readily available. Readily available. You have financials because you go to the right place. They're gonna say, okay, you make that much money. Let me see your financials. They, which means they're asking for your balance sheet and they're asking for your income statement and sometimes your cash flow analysis. And a fundable business has that on deck. Let's move to the next step. All right. So far, we talked about how to set up your business credible. Now you understand the business credit reports, right? Where you're going to get your business credit reports from and stuff like that, right? Now, the next step is we're going to actually create our business credit profile. All right. Remember what I said that it's a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. The next step is setting up your business credit profile using net 30 accounts, which means we're going to go get vendors that's going to give you credit when you have no credit, and they have to be able to report. And that's hard to do. You already know that they're not giving out credit when you got no credit. You already know that. You already know that in the game. All right. Only 10% of all businesses in the United States report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high regulations and stipulations to even be able to report. So, and we starting from scratch, right? We ain't got no good credit. We going in here with straight business stuff. Well, right now, we're looking pretty credible. So we're going to go find these vendors that will give you credit when you have no credit and report. That's what you need to know when you're doing this on your own. When you find a vendor, say, will you give me credit? Will you give me a net 30 account? Which means a net 30 account means they're going to give you a little bit of credit. And when you buy something, you have to pay it in 30 days. Okay? A business credit report can be started much the same as a credit report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These types of initial accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing. Your main telephone number being listed. I told you what. All right. So boom. This is how you get started. Finding these vendors right here. They're going to give you an account and they're going to report. That's the key thing, right? They got to report to the business credit reporting agencies. Y'all remember which ones they are? Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. All right? Boom. Here is a vendor who will approve you for initial credit even if you have none now. Every time I have a client and we're starting from scratch, or even if I'm going in the middle of what they're doing, I'm going to get them an account at Strategic Network Solutions. That's the first spot, because they're going to give you $1,000 credit line just because you got an EIN number and your telephone number listed. All right. Strategic Network Solutions. You go to /vendors. Go there, check out how you apply. Use the affiliate code. There's another company on there called Summa Office Supplies. Use the affiliate code. Now, this is the hidden hurdles. Okay. A lot of people that teach this don't tell about the hidden hurdles. All right. These are the hidden hurdles. When you build your business credit, it's all about going to get an account. You got to go spend some money, right? So what it's about is adjusting your pattern of spending at home and work to get stuff that you can pay for, use, and have that payment affect your business credit. So when we're at this level of getting these stores that will give you a little bit of credit when you have no credit and report, they don't sell the items that you normally purchase on a regular, right? So these are the type of hurdles that you come across. Like, so when I got my Strategic Network Solutions account, I found out that they offer on net 30 terms only digital products. So I looked at the digital products they had. The one that fit for me was this thing called the web root, right? The web root is like a virus protection. You download it, put it on your computer, right? So I got my account, easy setup, use the promo code, the affiliate code, /vendors, right? Boom, got my account, downloaded my virus protection. 2 weeks later, I paid the bill, boom, boom, bam, easy trade line. So sometimes you gotta think, is it worth it to get this trade line? Now know that the idea is to pile these trade lines on your credit report. So pile them on. You have to do what you have to do to get these trade lines on there. Is this the one? All right. And you have to figure out which ones is good for me, which ones ain't good. All right. Not all of them is good. All of them might say they're reporting, but then, oh man, you got to see when you do this on your own. There's 2 questions you got to ask the vendor on these net 30s. You got to ask, who do you report to? The correct answer is Dun & Bradstreet, Business Experience, or Equifax Commercial. If they say, we report to TransUnion, I'm not talking about that one. That's an X on the vendor list. Move to the next vendor. That's not the one. Or they might just say they don't report. But then again, the customer service person that picked up the telephone, they don't even know about reporting trade lines. They don't even know, all right? So you're gonna have to be calling the credit department. And sometimes that person that pick up the telephone don't have the answer for you in the credit department. Then you got to talk to the credit manager. And then sometimes these companies don't even do the reporting in-house. They hire a third party. And the manager's like, I don't know, I just send the file. Okay, I'm just saying. That's what happens. All right, but I went to a whole spiel on that. But that is the truth. That is the truth though. All right, so boom. Some vendors will require an initial prepayment order before they can approve your business for terms. You need to have a total of 5 net 30-day pay accounts reporting. So when we're at this stage of creating our business credit profile, our goal is to get 5 net 30 accounts. Okay? Preferably 3 at Dun & Bradstreet, 1 at Experian, and 1 at Equifax, preferably. But one thing to note is Dun & Bradstreet will not give you a pay debt score until you have 3 trade lines reporting to Dun & Bradstreet. So it's important to know your vendors, who they report to, because you're going to be making that payment and run into your business credit report so you can see it hit your business credit report. This is the hardest part of the whole deal, doing stuff like this. Because these vendors, right, what they sell stuff, right? So once they got the sale, there's not that much customer service on stuff related to after the sale. So they don't care about your trade line or whatever, to be honest. Okay, so you tracking this stuff down. Yo, where's my trade line? Boom, 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 bam. All right, boom. These are stumbles along the way. So when you deal with us, we're gonna make everything nice and smooth for you. You'd be like, oh, bam, bam. You see my trade lines piling up and stuff, right? Okay, so bust it. You need to have a total of 5 net 30-day pay accounts reporting. That's why I got this card. Check out the card, though, right? Bust it. You see the card got the number 5. The card got the smoke, right? But bust it. Check out his face. He's like, yo, I got credit now, yo. I'm rolling. Okay? We got our business credit profile set up because we paid all these 5 vendors on time. And when you make those 3 payments, those 3 vendors on Dun and Bradstreet, and they give you a pay debt score, if you paid those vendors on time, they're going to give you about a 76 pay debt score coming out the box. And I told you a 70 is lendable, but you need to get to an 80. Boom. You already have almost at an 80. Boom. That's how you do it from scratch. Scratch and release mode. All right. So boom, 5 trade lines, preferably 3 are Dun and Bradstreet, 1 and 1. Okay. After 5 trade lines are established using vendor credit, vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. Now, the lady had talked about the Home Depot, the Lowe's, they're in this level right here. All right. Those companies are not going to give you credit when you have no credit. They're going to want to see some. Each one going to want to see something different. But now we got 5. So now we like, looky, yo, we got a profile. You see? But we can't bust up and run up into all of these revolving vendors because some of them have high requirements. So you got to know what level. That's why we build business credit in 4 tiers. When you get these from this tier, now you're ready for the next tier. And you basically going to get approved for anything in this tier there. Then you finish that tier, then you know we're ready for that next tier. You know what I mean? We're gonna glide you right through there. All right. So you get these revolving accounts. Okay. Most major stores do offer business credit, including Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack. See, boom. This is where you want to be at, right? Some businesses, this is all they need to operate their business, deferring funds, right? Some businesses just need to get this truck up and down the block and get this oil change every now and then. That's in this. Other businesses might need, oh, I need me a couple office supplies at Office Depot and get me a Sam's Club hookup, and then word, I could get that loot. All right. So sometimes this helps you out operate your business. And this is the steps to get to the business credit. Right? So we got 5. We got 5 net 30 accounts. We're going to run up in there and get 5 revolving accounts. Once 10 accounts are on your credit, and a business owner can then start applying for Visa, MasterCard, American Express type credit. But these, they ain't gonna touch you if you ain't got 10 trade lines. They're not gonna touch you unless you got that good personal credit. Then they'd be like, yo, let me get that card. But if I got good personal credit, I run up on them and be like, yo, can I get that business card? And then the payments report to my business credit reporting agency, but I could get approved with my personal credit. See, that's how you get to that money quicker. Okay? But these, you know, these Americans, the business credit cards is like cash cards. The way to, when you do this on your own, right? And you're trying to get a credit card, right? And you go search for a credit card on the internet, what's going to come up is these things that say, oh yeah, we're a business credit card. Come check us out, Capital One. Then you call them and one of the questions, remember I said one of the questions is, who do you report to? TransUnion? These credit cards are hard to find, the ones that report to the business credit reporting agencies. Hard to find. We got them on deck. All right. Boom. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limits accounts on the business credit report. Try to have 10 accounts with at least one of them having a high $10,000 high limit. High limit. How you get the high limit is this. So you got your revolving accounts. You're going to pick one of these revolving accounts and use this one more often than the other. Right? You're going to take one of these revolving accounts. You use it more than the other. And then when you make 3 payments on time, you call them back. This is a formula, all right? Every vendor is different on their policy on providing approval. But as a basic rule, make 3 on-time payments, call them. Some might say, oh, you can't apply, you can't get an increase for 6 months, but now you know, okay? Let me make that note. I'm in 6 months, I'm gonna call them and get me an increase. But the basic rule is show them that you make some on-time payments and you call them. May I get an increase? You get one of these accounts up to 10,000, because when you go to these credit cards and they approve you, they're gonna match your highest revolving credit line. Okay, that's what you need to know. Any questions? Y'all are quiet. What up? Somebody say something.
This is Melissa.
Melissa.
You're blowing my mind. Okay, so I have a business that I
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
All right. I had to run that. Okay, go ahead.
Because I have business credit cards, but I didn't even care. And I'm pretty sure that they've got really good credit on them, but I've never done any of the steps before that. It's just that I've owned this business for a super long time, and people would send me offers. I'm like, well, okay, I don't know. Seems like I'll get like good benefits out of that. That's why I do them, is because there's like 2% cash back or whatever. But
yeah, for you, I would be going back and organizing it. Like for you, you've been in existence. Immediately, I'm pulling your business credit reports, seeing what's on there, the accounts that you say that are business accounts. Then we're gonna find out if they're actually reporting. We'll see them on the credit reports. If they're reporting, they might have been joints that signed you up. They said they was a business reporting agent. They said there was a business credit card, but they are checking your personal.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably what's been going on. Okay, that's good insight. Thank you.
Okay, let's get out of here. I already went over the damn time. Well, I'm almost up on the time, but I still got a good patch of info. Okay, so bust it. It's essential to keep using the credit. Keep applying for more credit and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months. People ask me all the time, well, how long does it take, Mr. Booker, to build business credit? The answer is, with us, and you're doing the steps, about 12 months. But everybody does this at their own pace, because it's about going to buy something and tracking this payment until it hits the business credit report. And like I said, these vendors, they're not putting money into after the sale communication. So that's just been my experience in doing this, right? Where I got a client and they be like, yo, I made this payment on this account. It should have been hit. I should have had this amount of trade lines, boom, boom, bam. So now we doing an audit, right? And on the credit reports, it doesn't say the name of the company. It gives you a category. So now we're doing process of elimination, trying to figure out if this credit line didn't even hit. strategy. It's a lot of strategy and follow up, right? I ain't trying to tell you this stuff is easy. It ain't easy. You have to have more administrative skill set, right? If you one of them persons that need to, be going fast and stuff, this is like we're plotting step by step. We're plotting. All right. No skipping steps. 10 trade lines. High limit of 10,000. Cash business credit accounts will match the highest credit limit reported on your credit profile. MasterCard, Visa, Amex. Once you get business credit, you can start applying for loans and credit lines. That's after you get like 10 plus. 10 plus. Okay. 10 plus, I really say, there's no stopping to how many trade lines you should be getting. So, you can get 15, 20. You just keep running. You stack up them trade lines, because when they look at that, how many trade lines you got, paying on time, that's the key. And then if you got some good credit, you can come in there strong, boom, boom, bam, with some good credit and get the best rates possible. Okay. So, and that's what we do. All right. I'm going to run through 3 ways to get funding your bank won't tell you about, because they don't sell this. Some of this stuff you may be able to qualify for. Some of them you might not be able to qualify for. But I talk to you about this stuff so you can know how to think about funding your business, because it's a little different than funding your household. All right. Okay. So don't be mad if you don't can't qualify for none of this, because you get to understand the steps. You see? Okay. Cash flow financing is real popular. I'm going to give you the brief rundown on cash flow financing. The brief rundown on cash flow financing is that cash flow financing is for existing businesses that already got a cash flow rocking. All right. So businesses that are in operation, stuff happens all the time with businesses. They need access to money. They might need to go get to pay payroll this weekend, or they might got a piece of equipment that went down, and what they need this equipment to get this loot, like what, right? They do cash flow financing. In order to qualify for cash flow financing, all you need is $10,000 in deposits each month in your bank. Boom. They'll finance you about 12% of your yearly revenue. They're going to look at your bank statements and all that stuff, and boom, boom, bam. You don't even need credit for this. They just want to see you got the cash flowing. All right. But that's not for everybody, right? Okay. Collateral-based financing. Collateral-based financing can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you're borrowing. Here goes some types of acceptable collateral. Okay. Accounts receivable. It's also known as factoring. Okay. Accounts receivable, also known as factoring. So my client Jay, he had the freight company, right? He used factoring to finance his business. He got a trucking company. The truck makes the delivery, and they invoice for that delivery, right? Then they get paid for that in about 30 days. But with factoring, he gets paid in 24 hours. So it's like factoring is batch selling of your invoices, right? So not for every business, but businesses that can batch sell their invoices like that can get paid faster. Um, Purchase orders. Purchase orders is like government contracts. So if you got a government contract, you got money in your pockets. Okay. So a government contract, you go to the lender, Say, yo, I got this government contract, but yo, I need this piece of equipment. I need this truck. I need this building. I need this, that, whatever to make this government contract rock this check. They know that check is good. Step right up. If you got that contract, whatever you need, boom, just like that. Boom. Stocks, bonds, 401ks. These type of investments stay intact when you get a business loan on the value of them. For instance, 401ks. Whatever you can take out of your 401k, they'll give you a loan on it. The 401k stays intact. It do what it do. You get a business loan. And the 401k is what is that? You working, they taking money out your check, and they sending that to these companies. And these companies are clocking on your money. So this idea is so that you got access to your 401k. Well, maybe my business idea might rock. Okay, revenue lending, that's like cash flow. Inventory and equipment, if you got over $100,000 in inventory or equipment, you get a loan on that. If you're an insurance agent, they have what they call the book of business. That's their list of clients, and you get a loan on your book of business. Unsecured credit. Let me give you the unsecured credit. This is when you can access up to $150,000 because you have good personal credit. You can get your business credit and your trade lines built up faster and access to money in 3 weeks if you got good personal credit. Okay, this is called the unsecured credit, right? Basically, this is the rundown. You got to have a 685 or better, right? 685 or better. What they do is look at your personal credit. They look at your highest revolving limit, and they match it 5 times on 5 credit cards. They approve this transaction by your good personal credit. But the 5 credit cards they give you report to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay. The first 18 months is usually 0% interest. And these are straight up cash credit cards. The pros are you can get up to $150,000 in 3 weeks. The cons are they tax you 10% after the fact, and it's gonna hit you on an inquiry. So you have to determine, like I said before, each vendor has a situation. Is this one good for me? How bad do I need this? Sometimes I need that $150,000 bad enough to be impacted by an inquiry, you know. And then once you get an inquiry, just make some good stuff on it. But that's a whole nother story, right? But that's the thing. You got to shop around. What funding source can I fit in? Okay, rates are usually 0, boom, boom, bam. Now, there's other alternative financing as well, right? Because of all the businesses that get money, only less than 2% of them is going to the main bank. So where are all these businesses getting money? It's not that the money's not there. We just don't know how to get to it. You see? So most transactions for business lending are done at alternative lenders. And these alternative lenders are only selling 1 or 2 items. While you go to the commercial bank, they got a list of stuff that you can buy. You can even buy a you can even buy a non a check bounce fee, right? Okay, but they got a whole bunch of stuff you can buy, right? Okay. But the idea is that alternative funding options. See, some businesses might only do cash flow financing. Some businesses might only do equipment loans. Okay, so we have, our staff, we're always working on lending sources. So we have private money, people just, companies and individuals that are just sitting on stacks of money looking for a good idea. Venture capital and equity financing. That's like them Shark Tank type of companies where they look for a good idea that's making money and they invest in it to make it blow up, but they take a piece of your business, right? You already know about crowdfunding, and you can even get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Okay, look at that. Equipment. Okay. So remember I told you about my boy Jay, right? My client. Remember I told you about Jay, right? Jay, after the fact, when I was seeing those $250,000 hit the bank, right? What that was him going to get for his freight company, him going to go get an equipment loan to buy trucks. Okay. Now he's advanced with this though. So he has another company over here that's a truck sales company. Okay. He got a truck freight company. I need some trucks. I need a loan to get some trucks. He goes to the bank, gets the money. They cut the check to the truck sales company, which is him. He holds the money. He don't have to go buy no trucks. He holds the money, figures out how he can flip it into just a straight loan. Boom, boom, man. Just got the straight loan. He got straight cash. But he's like advanced in that he don't even pay that bill. Okay. So he does that quick flip like that. He sets up the business nice and credible, sets it up nice and proper to get these loans, and just runs off with the money, because when they come back, they looking for the business and not the person, and he don't put his name on there anyway. So this is how I learned about business credit. Seeing him do that, which is like, it was all legal, but it's like moral. And I'm like, yo, I just want to build business credit for my business, get some business credit so I can access some money when I need to make this power move. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to do all that, right? So that's why I teach this shit so in detail what I do, because this is the real way to do it. Building them trade lines. This is the real way to do it. Them shortcuts, buying trade lines and all that stuff, that's for the quick lick. That's what he did so he could position himself to make this deal, right? That's all it is, positioning yourself. That's a Mr. Dupree, that's a personal credit situation. That's high in personal credit. Buying different situations at different credit repairs places that they say they could do this, that, and the other. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about business credit. See, business credit scores go from 1 to 100. That's why when you said 685, okay. Now, when you mentioned this, let me make sure I got that question right. Open up your mic, man. Let me get that question right. So I make sure I answered that properly.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, you said, can you use trade lines to boost your score to 685? So, like, that's a personal credit question, right?
Okay. And that's my fault on that. See, I'm trying to
Right.
which one would be more feasible for me, because I'm just starting out and I'm hearing, the one thing in this from my short time in this game is that there's so much information and there's so many possible roads that you can take to achieve whatever it may be that you want to achieve. I'm trying to build something solid, and I'm hearing, get trade lines, get net 30 accounts, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, well, and it's hard to get a mentor that's going to give you the game without the shake.
Yep, yep.
What I mean, if you know what I'm talking about with the shake, it's a whole lot of, okay, we can do it this way. We can. And I said, listen, I'm trying to build a solid base, and I'm not trying to. I understand you have to crawl before you walk, but I just need to. I don't want to be. I don't want to be hand fed. Just tell me where to go, and I'm on it. And I'm getting
Right,
man.
right. So I gave you the layout that you could do it on your own with the information I gave you.
And I'm gonna tell you, this is the thing. Without without any help, I walked into Wells Fargo, set up the EIN, Dunn's number. They was like, listen, we're gonna give you a secure business credit card from the door. And I said, oh, cool. Okay, well, go ahead, take my couple stacks, give me a bit. And the first thing I asked them was, do you report? Oh, we report too. Now they didn't say anything about they said they report to a business credit entity. And at the time, I was like, okay, well, you reporting to, Equifax or Dun and Bradstreet, or come to find out, they're not even reporting to that. And I'm like, oh my God, now I got to go back to step one and redo everything with net 30 accounts, and I'm like, it's just a lot.
Right. Yeah, I had mentioned that, it's hard to find the right credit cards. You know, that's a simple sales one-on-one game. Walk into the bank. Oh, we got this nigga. He said he got a business bet. Let's get this nigga with this.
Hey, I'm thinking I'm rolling. I'm thinking they said, oh, you got everything. You know,
All right,
man.
all right, all right. But yeah. So people used it, like in personal credit, they go buy trade lines or whatever, you know. But I'm gonna say this for business credit.
Okay.
You can't do that shit with business credit, because if Dun and Bradstreet, if you're in this for the long haul, Dun and Bradstreet, they can find out. They might not find out, but if they do find out, they're gonna knock out your Dun's number, and all the
Okay.
work that you did is gonna be gone. That's the risk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude that I'm talking about, he ain't care. What knocked them niggas out? Shit, nigga, I got 10 other companies over here we running deals on, nigga.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
You see,
Yep.
so this shit work. It's all about setting up properly, make it look like. So this dude even had me doing financials and income statements because he was making it look like, oh snap, we 6 figures, boom, boom, bam. Yo, let me get this 250, because he know it's gonna be the quick approval number. You see what I'm saying? So this shit works. Stacking your trade lines. That's the real deal. Stacking your trade lines. That's the get down. All right. This right here. This is my boy, Brian Fleming, is one of my clients. He's in New Jersey. On my website, at the bottom of the website, there are testimonials from my clients that tell you how I get down. What? All right. It's the easiest and the fastest way to get money and credit to build and grow your business. It's a simple solution. If you do the steps and not go on your own, I got clients that just start doing stuff. And we going backwards now trying to fix stuff. If you just do the steps, we got all the steps down packed detail. If you do the steps in order, it works. It goes smooth. Check my the testimonial. I got a new one on there from a recent client. All right. Okay, so bust it. This is what you get. You get business credit for your business, not linked to your Social Security. Through the top selling business credit system, you get access to funding for your business to start, build, and grow. Our cutting edge technology helps you meet credibility requirements before you apply. You can access discounted business credit reports. Remember I told you, $25 a month, save you some money. We got the largest supply of starter vendors to start your business. If you do this on your own, you're throwing darts at these businesses. I'm just saying. We got the massive selection of revolving store credit with the underwriting guidelines. We got you. We got the hard to find cash credit sources. That's them credit cards. Once you get 10, the credit cards, he went right up into Walmart and they gave him the wrong joints. So we got the real joints. No personal credit, no personal credit check or guarantee required to build business credit. You can get business credit and your person is all messed up. I was gonna say something else, right? You get cash flow, credit, collateral based, unsecured, private money, alternative SBAs we have access to, venture capital situations. Our most popular product is the unsecured when you got the good personal credit. All right. All right. So when you sign up with us, we give you your own control panel. The control panel is going to take you through every single step in the order that you need, every single little detail. You just got to follow the steps. Okay. This is what it looks like basically, right? So you go in there and it gives you the steps. When you take a step, it gives you instructions on how to complete this step, right? Like for instance, the first thing they're going to ask you is, what's your business name? You got a business name? You say, yeah, I got a business name. Put it right here. Boom. Say no, I don't have a business name yet. Say, okay, boom. This is how you get a business name. We'll give you exact instructions on how to go get a business name. Let's say you couldn't understand the instructions. Then there's a video. Got a video, right? It's gonna tell you all the details, lay it out to you, all the pictures. People like to see pictures and stuff. Right? We got the video. And then if you still can't understand how to do this step, we have an advisory team. You can call or email. Say, yo, man, what's up? What's the deal? What I do wrong? What do I need to do? What's the next step? Did I do this right? You give them you upload your business credit reports to the system. They look at your business credit reports. They be like, yo, check this out. You got to look at this right here. So boom, boom, bam, this is the move for you. You see, they can help you be able to read your business credit reports. They're going to show you what the mistakes are, how to fix the mistakes, get back on the right path, or to confirm, hey, you did that right. It's time to go to the next tier of vendors. Because me, when I go in the system, right, I'm not even going to the next tier of vendors until I hear one of them say, yo, you ready to go to the next tier? Because I don't want to go to the next tier and be wasting my time. I want to make sure that the advisors said they looked at my credit report and was like, yo, you ready to go to the next stage? You see what I'm saying? So we got you on that. We get you in there and say we get to the part where you got your vendors, right? We give you about 15 vendors each tier. 4 tiers, right? Each tier got about 15 vendors. We say pick 3 vendors. Here's an example of what you see for each vendor. This is for Racetrack. They report to Dun & Bradstreet. Their terms are revolving. Telephone, description of what they sell, how to qualify. You need an EIN number, Dun's number. You need a paydebt score of 78. You need to be in business 3 years. You need to have a business entity. And you need your telephone number listed with 411. What? I could do that. I got that damn pack. Boom. There's an apply button right on the page. Or they tell you how to apply. So you be like, yo, advisor, should I go ahead and apply for that? They're gonna look at your credit report, be like, you got it, dog. Or hold on, they're gonna need something, you know what I mean? You ain't wasting time. You're gonna be smooth rolling. Check them, check them testimonials, because the first one is my boy. He'll tell you he got a real estate company. He's ready. All right. Here goes one of my clients, Christine. She's not the normal client. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a truck driver. She was able to get all these approvals in 6 months without using her social security number. But not everybody could do this because she's like on it. Like, you got to be doing some work at the crib to do this, right? Not everybody could do this. So don't expect that you gonna just run up into business credit and do what she do, but it can be done. Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fleetman Fleet 6,000, BJ 7,000, BPA, Lowe's 10, Apple 12,500, Shell 15. Whew. There's over $250,000. Look at PNC. PNC, that's a credit line. She told me if she gave him her personal information, it would have been 250. But she just gave him the business. She said, okay, it's just 150. And that's a credit line, which means it's different than a loan. A loan, you're gonna pay interest on the total amount starting from the get. With a line of credit, you pay interest on what you use, and then it revolves. You pay back, your interest goes back down. Right? Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. But now you know the steps. Right? Now you know the steps. There's no skipping steps. All right. Don't come back to me and tell me some stuff about you skipping steps. How come I can't get this? Oh, look at you skipping steps. Okay. Your own business credit advisor who offers concierge service for 12 months. You get your own finance officer. So we got the finance officer that's going to talk to you about all the programs that you're going to qualify for. So they're going to know what you're trying to buy. You talk to the finance officer, and the finance officer, this is what we do. We got a whole team that does nothing but get legitimate lenders with different programs, hundreds of different programs, real estate programs, equipment loan programs, capital funding. And then the finance officer is going to guide you to the right product at a particular source. See, because you got to know, why should I get this product compared to this product? And this is how the finance officer gives you concierge service on making sure you got access to money. All right. All right. Quick summary. We're going to get out of here. You get your own business finance suite control panel, discounted business credit reports, free DUNS number, free Experian Smart Business Access, largest supplier of starter vendors, massive selection of revolving store credit, hard to find cash credit sources, access to cash flow, collateral based, unsecured, and private money sources. It typically take you about 18 to 24 months if you did this on your own. We're going to save you time. All right. Okay. So I offer two different programs, the core package and the business credit building program. The core package is what I explained to you. You get your own control panel, the advisors, the finance team, all the vendors listed in the order, right? And the business credit building program is a one-on-one for 1 year with me. So this one, I just threw this one in so we get more people guided in the right direction if they need it. Okay. Get started today as part of this webinar, and you can get started with a huge discount on our premier enrollment plan. This package, the core package, usually can retail about $4,400. Our price is $29.95. You get $500 off. You can pay that in one of two ways: $1,500 down and 6 payments of $165, or a single payment of $2,250. That offer only stands if you do a consult today. If you schedule your consult today, then you can get the $2,250 single payment option. All right, that saves you $750. Okay, the one-on-one. The one-on-one is $999. Put $400 down with 3 payments of $195, or a single payment of $750. The $750 offer is good if you schedule your consult today. Also got ebooks at slash ebooks slash ebooks, right? And this is how you do the consult. Schedule your consult today to access the single payment options if you're interested. Business slash consult. I like that though, right? The slash consult. All right, so y'all know the deal, right? Also have a blog. Let's say you can't afford none of that. If you go to this blog, there's a bunch of info up there. I've been doing this for a few years, and there's a bunch of info on the blog. My social media, banging. No, not banging, but the information you need to know is on the social medias, the blog, right? Don't forget you get your free guide. If you're watching this on YouTube, get your free guide / free guide. All right. Schedule your free business credit consult / consult. That's how we get down. Noel Booker signing now. Anybody got any questions? Miss Tasha, Mr. Dupree, what's the deal? You got any questions? What? Y'all's quiet most of the time. Y'all just looking at me and stuff.
I think everything is pretty good. I'm gonna have to review some more stuff, but I'm definitely gonna get that free guide. And I just want to know from your honest experience with the free information you're giving us, is it still possible to do this, or you really, really want to have that, pay for the expertise and have it done, someone to walk you through it?
Well, I'll tell you this, right? Everybody has to make their own decision on where they are, but just think of it like this. You can do it on your own, and you're gonna come across different stuff that might slow you down. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're dedicated, administrative, you can figure out how to get through it. But if you have somebody that's on your side that this is what they do, they're gonna take a quick look at your report and be like, boom, boom, bam, this is what we need to do. Let's make a move, boom, boom, bam. It's just gonna get you where you want to go that much faster, and making sure that you're doing the steps right. You
And
see?
you also educate the person as well about what you're doing, or just, because
Oh yeah.
some of those, I remember back in the day, I learned the hard way, but you were paying for those credit repair places.
Hmm.
And when in all honesty, I was paying them to do all the work that I did
They
myself for
do
free.
shit.
They ain't did nothing but took my $425.
Right,
So,
right, right,
I
right,
learned an expensive lesson, and from that I knew better. And so what I did in turn was, wrote all that out in a nice little PDF for people,
right.
just, so they can have it for free. But I mean, it's still,
I
and
got I got a
things
story for
change.
that though. I got a story for that, right? So
Okay.
when I first started doing this, I had a package that I do it for you,
Hmm.
right? But I found out that I gotta be up in your business too much. And I said, nah, because I gotta get your social and stuff like that, because sometimes you gotta put the social on and it's not a personal guarantee. And I was like, you know what? And what I do is like from a franchise, right? So they just selling the core package. They not going that extra. So me coming out the gate, I was doing that extra, right? So,
Hmm.
but I got one account like that and said, hell no.
Mhm.
So now I'm only telling you what to do. Okay. So,
Mhm.
and that's what the system is. The system is they're telling you exactly what to do. Do this. And then you don't know what they're talking about. Then you call up, "What you talking about? Do this." And they got you.
Mhm.
It's like, but you got to be diligent. I'm not saying that this is not for everybody. You got to be that one that says, "I'm gonna get this trade line. I'm gonna do what it takes to get this trade line. I'm organized enough to know what vendor, what the invoice date was, how much I paid, and the date I paid it. 'Cause
Mhm.
that's what I do for all my clients. I have them do an Excel spreadsheet like that, so
Okay.
that 6 months later we looking at it to see if a trade line hit. You know what? We paid that invoice at such and such a date, and it should have hit. Now let's do our due diligence.
Right. Okay.
You see, so having someone like our team just on your side, it's like you're doing it with somebody that's guiding you and already know when the laws are changing. Like those vendors, those starter vendors, those vendors, the list I had last year is different than the list I got this year because those vendors changed their requirements. You know, they're always
Mhm.
changing their requirements. And nowadays they're really changing their requirements because of COVID. COVID has affected those net 30 accounts and the companies being willing to provide these accounts when you got no credit, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of companies like Quill was a good one to start, but now they don't even do it. Well, maybe they started all over, but I doubt it. They was one of the good ones I told everybody go to Quill to get you set up real quick. But now they don't even do net 30 accounts. So but there's always somebody. And we have a team that's just out there, they just looking, they put it on our list. So when you have a control panel, you got the core package, then we're going in and checking the list. When you do the one-on-one, I got access to the list. So I'm working with you one-on-one, saying, yo, all right, me knowing you, and I'm teaching you, you're doing the stuff. So you're gonna learn it anyway. You're doing it and you're calling me. We're talking about twice a month. In the beginning stages, we talk more, but once we get going, we're talking about twice a month, and I'm teaching you how we're doing it. I'm telling you, all right, do this step. Then you be like, oh snap, I ran into a snag. Then you're gonna tell me what the snag is. I'm like, okay, let's do this. There's not been a there's not been a situation. Now I've seen some situations that I would not even think would even happen, but you have to have somebody got a trained eye on it to determine what it was. Like for instance, the shipping address. Sometimes when you ship your stuff to a different address than that's different than the main business address, woo. I had that trade line went to a whole nother Experian account on that address. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, when we're reviewing stuff, there's some stuff that we're gonna make sure we do to make sure everything streamlines right. Like when we get something, we're gonna ship it to the main address. Right. That eliminates some problems that might happen. We're gonna look at the invoice and make sure that they got the right billing address on there. We're gonna look at the invoice date, the due date, stuff like that. So it's gonna be somebody, when we do this, that's what you need to be doing because one day you're gonna be like, how come that trade line ain't on there? I know it's supposed to be on there. Then we're gonna look at that invoice.
Right. Now
Is
this
it
is
is it is it one of those that we bought it and paid it in the same month? Go ahead,
well,
go
no.
ahead. Question.
This is another thing because there's different ways to structure your business. Typically, some people, like you said, get the LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever, whatever. But you can also have businesses that's not tied to your name at all, where it's managed by another LLC or another corporation and stuff like that. And in doing that, do you see that those types of businesses are
afforded credit because can they get business credit loans and grants when it's like how do I, if my company is managed by some other company that I like, it's like a shelter, I don't know what you call it, but
Well, if another company is managing your company, then hopefully that company knows to make sure that when they apply, this information needs to line up.
yeah, that was
Now,
my
so
thing
so
because the
what so what
company.
happens is I got a client that she didn't do what I told her to do. She went and got a registered agent to buy her name, and now the
Yeah,
registered agent's address is on the Secretary of State.
right.
Now we're going backwards.
So yeah, that's the thing because when you do get a registered agent, they give you a number, they give you a address, they give you website, they give you all that. They basically is your company because
Right,
you don't want it in your name or whatever. And if I
right,
believe if you're not drawing any like if you're not taking a salary from that particular business or however it goes, you don't necessarily have to file a LLC in the state that you live in. So you can get it in a tax-free state like Wyoming or Nevada or something like that. But it is my business and I should be able to get grants and credit. But how does that happen when it has, say, for example, Wyoming LLC or some arbitrary
yeah,
person
yeah.
on it?
You just like I explained to you how important the setup of your business is. So when you fill out an application, they're gonna look at if it's matching up. If it don't match up, because they're thinking, well, where are you? Are you at this address or are you at this address?
Right.
Oh, that's your registered agent. Oh, so are you trying to hide? Okay, they just trying to figure out why not to give you this money, right?
Hmm.
They're trying to, oh snap, she's, hold on, what's she doing? You know what I mean? That's a little flag right there.
Yeah, that's what I
They
thought.
they're used to you tell them what your business address is, and that's what come up.
Hmm.
That's it. When you fill out that application. Now, how it is the day before the application or the day after the application, it could be whatever.
Right.
But that day when you fill out the application, they looking. No doubt.
All right. Okay. And then if the type of person I would need to talk to in regards to structuring businesses or, new businesses, um, some people say CPA, some people say a business lawyer. I'm kind of confused on who I need to talk to, just so I can say this is what I'm trying to do. What's the best way to do it?
To do which?
Who would I talk to about that type
To
of
do
thing?
what?
To
What?
structure the business, whether you want an S corp, C corp,
Oh, oh, oh,
you
oh,
want
oh.
to have it managed. I mean, how do you?
A CPA would be the best person to ask.
Okay.
If you're going to ask the CPA, why should I get this LLC rather than the corporation?
Hmm.
That's the person that you should get that answer from. But I can give you a basic answer to that.
Okay.
The LLC, it's a limited liability. So when you file your taxes and you have an LLC, you're going to file the income that you made on your personal taxes with an attachment that's called the Schedule C.
Hmm.
The Schedule C is going to have your revenue for your business, your expenses, and your profit. And that's how you file it. And also, when you do the LLC, they're going to tax you another chunk of wonk for what they call it, self-employed tax.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. Let's say you set up your stuff as a corporation.
Hmm.
With a corporation, when you file your taxes, you're filing the 1120 form separate from your personal.
Right.
Okay, that's a whole nother person right there.
Because the C corp and the S corp are just your tax status or tax implications, how you file. But the
That's right.
corporation is
And And right now, the tax for the corporation is going to be less than that LLC.
Okay, good.
Because
Yeah.
Trump said, all my boys, instead of paying 35% tax, y'all can pay 21% now.
Right.
But that's for people that's making a whole bunch of money, right?
Right, because I know that whether you do file a C tax, S corp tax, or the other C corp tax, really it only depends if once you get to a certain tax bracket, it really doesn't matter until you hit that threshold, because you may save money and then
Right.
you may not. It depends on, I
Right.
guess, how many employees and dividends and all this stuff. It gets kind of
Right.
complicated. So
Right. So
okay,
the explanation I gave you is like the general, right? But
yeah,
those type of details is what the CPA is going to say. This is the rule this year.
okay,
Okay.
right. And then my other question is, when looking for a CPA, because you're a CPA as well, right?
No, I'm not.
I'm accountant. You said
Accountant.
accountant.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Accountant.
So
I graduated from Morehouse, but I didn't get a CPA, which my mom
okay.
told me to, but I should have, but I didn't because I was on my own thing.
Hey, we all make our own choice. I
I
trust.
should have did what mom said
Yeah, if I could go back, I
now,
probably wouldn't even went
correct.
to college.
Because now I'm like a I know a little bit about a whole bunch of stuff. But if
Right.
I was to do it all over, I would master one.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So
Yeah, and yeah, I'm, there's a lot of CPAs out here, but a lot of them may know some stuff, may not. And it's like, I don't know who knows what, they'll all say yeah and come in and billing you to tell you nothing. And I don't want that. So it's like, how do you even, what questions, or what would you even know, how to know if this person even knows what they're talking about?
with the CPA,
Yes.
well, if a person is actually a CPA, you can check to make sure they're a CPA, and if they are actually a CPA,
Mm-hmm.
it's like your doctor. I know you can do my shit.
Right.
Right.
You see, if he's really a CPA, and you can check if they're a CPA, if they're a CPA, it's a doctor for numbers, nigga.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I need. Definitely.
Yeah, he's a doctor for the numbers.
This was good information. I appreciate all that.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you, Mr. Dupree.
I appreciate
Yeah,
all.
yeah. And I appreciate you, Miss Tasha.
That was
Thank
good.
I know,
good
you.
I know I'm kind of rough around the edges and shit. I think
No,
this
no, no.
one
It don't matter
more.
how we just need to get
I like
information.
you that you keep it real. You keep it 100, and that
Hey,
you can
that's the
always
thing.
appreciate that.
And that's how you know it's coming to you straight. Like I ain't gonna tell you nothing that ain't right. Ain't what I know for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And this,
If I tell you something, I know that shit for real.
yeah,
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
thing is
it
a
ain't like
cobalt.
I guess that shit.
I appreciate I
Yeah.
appreciate
All right. I thank y'all, man. I thank y'all for that.
it.
All right. I didn't went way over the time. What is 9:16? I should have been finished by 8:30.
I appreciate that. I'll catch you on the next.
All
Peace
right. Bet that. All right, man.
Yeah, I think I
Peace.
signed up for all of them, so hopefully I can get
Oh
on
yeah.
and
And
do it
guess what?
again.
I got people that come to them more than once, and they learn something new every single time.
Definitely.
And then bring
Definitely.
your questions, because I run the questions all the time. So
And
this is
I
the only
have them
time I
for
do
you too.
questions. People email me for questions. Be like, yo, come to the webinar. You get them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right, y'all.
All
Thank
Thank
you
y'all.
so much. Have a
Thank
good
y'all.
evening,
All
everybody.
right. Take
You
care.
too.
Peace.
Thanks. Bye.